Week 1 of CRL in Asia was about as hyped up as it could be, each of the teams feeling ready and confident that this was their year. After the first week of CRL, it was evident that some teams were more confident than others. Among the 9 games played in a 3-day period, 6 of them ended in a sweep from one side or the other. Skills were shown and mistakes were made. Some teams left the stage confident, while others went back to the drawing board for week 2. All in all, it was an incredible week to start the season. Here are some of the highlights. Detonation Gaming vs Talon. The second game of the first day had a favorable matchup in Detonation Gaming since the start of the 2v2 round. With a considerate lead over Talon, Detonation had a continuous push at the bridge in order to keep Talon from mounting any sort of an offensive push. Meanwhile, Talon was able to successfully defend from their pushes and must have breathed a sigh of relief when they realized that the magic archer shots toward the tower were only a tile away from actually hitting it. However, that relief was taken away from them when they mistakenly played a Dark Prince on the bridge, which would allow the magic archer to use the power of geometry to seal the win for Detonation Gaming.
Too much. The only real damage was some poison. I think magic archer still hitting on that tower, and it's gone with the third.
After taking the 2v2 set, Detonation Gaming was hungry for a win in the 1v1 set to finish off their first match with a straight sweep of Talon. Detonation puts in Tempura for the 1v1, while Talon puts in Yugi. In the back of his mind, Yugi knows that he needs to take this 1v1 set in order to move his team into King of the Hill. However, in a slight miscalculation for the health of a Sparky, Yugi throws away the game by allowing the Sparky to take a shot on his tower.
Letting this one go.
Whoa, you gotta put something down, it's gonna get shot!
Oh no! In the final match of the 1v1 set, both Tempura and Yugi draw out the match by waiting for Double Elixir to play their first cards. However, favor is on Tempura's side as he is able to read Yugi like a book and take the left-hand tower while effortlessly defending on the right side.
Graveyard from Baby Dragon locked on. No defense. Yugi is putting everything onto the right side. This is tower down.
Is he just gonna try to clone this again? That is tower down already. Does Tempura have the defense available? There's a bowler!
Oh my goodness! Guys, we have the winner, Tempura and the Detonation Gaming tonight. We have 4-0, 4-0 back-to-back. What a day!
In Day 2, the first matchup saw GameWith against Bren Esports. After GameWith wins the 2v2 set and Bren wins the 1v1 set, the two teams are brought into a King of the Hill match. Yakitori makes an interesting call by being the first in the season to play an Expo cycle deck. He unluckily meets a Mega Knight and Royal Hog deck, a clear counter against his deck. With a misplayed fireball towards the start of the match, things weren't looking very good for Yakitori. After a beautiful defense using small cycle cards, Yakitori is able to make up the ground he lost and pull out a victory. Following this match, Manong Japi from Bren Esports sweeps the rest of the King of the Hill matches. But an incredible game nonetheless from Yakitori.
Now it's next to the Expo, but still keeping it alive because the Tesla has been hitting on it.
Yeah, and that law kind of confused the Mega Knight. It was hitting the Expo and then it turned to the Ice Golem and then it ended up dying.
And with the cycle.
Later in Day 2, we were able to see Sandbox vs Fab Gaming. In the final game of a best-of-3 set, tensions were high as both teams needed a 2v2 win in order to feel confident moving forward. Throughout the entirety of the game, Sandbox played a flawless defense and a powerful offense. Draining the tower down, Sandbox moved in with what seemed like the killing blow. Shock moved across the entire arena as the lightning that was meant to finish off the tower hits 3 of Fab Gaming's troops instead. With the amount of units already on the field and an incredibly low elixir count in the hand of Sandbox, Fab is able to make an incredible comeback push and take the 2v2 set.
From him. this is a big push once again. And the spawn damage, this time from the Mega Knight and the P.E.K.K.A is dropped. So this Golem, double snowball. Let's see if that was actually worth it. Totally. Golem still reaching the tower and doing some more damage with the dead damage and the poison. With that lightning snowball, spam all those spells that you have from your hand and then win the game. Let's see.
You know what just happened? They wanted the lightning to hit the Princess Tower, but it hit the Mega Knight and all the other P.E.K.K.A and the units.
Yes.
So now they have to go through one more cycle.
But still 2.5k HP. Can the P.E.K.K.A reach the tower? Only backs.
Oh, P.E.K.K.A.
It's 1, 2.
P.E.K.K.A!
And that's
Oh my
it.
goodness!
Down the line, the matches between Fav Gaming and Sandbox lead into a King of the Hill set. With a lot of back and forth games between the two, Jack only needs one more win in the King of the Hill to take the victory away from Sandbox. With an incredible cycle from Jack, Islaw is barely able to keep the balloon off his tower and must sacrifice tower health to the balloon death damage. In what seemed like the finishing play, Jack pushes with everything he has, only to barely miss a drop on tower from the balloon. The units that Islaw used on defense suddenly move into a heavy offensive push. Islaw sees the opportunity and plays a graveyard. Taking the opportunity of the distracted Princess Tower and the low elixir count on Jack's end, Islaw is able to take away what seemed like Jack's victory and give it to Sandbox. Islaw then moved on to win his match against Ketsumeshi and secure a win against Fav Gaming.
Following the balloon!
The Musketeer. It was good that the Musketeer saw the balloon and killed it. Death damage still connected, but the graveyard not contested.
Yeah, I locked onto the Ice Golem. The Princess Tower not really doing too much damage. That's skeletons!
Sometimes desperation can be one of the best tools against another team. Going up against Kicks, Chaos Theory had a rough start, being forced to give up their tower and opt to go in for a tower trade. The losses they received unfortunately did not make up for their progress, as their King's Tower was lowered to half health. Meanwhile, Kicks was relentless in their assault on the King's Tower, and Chaos was forced to play everything to try and stay alive. While their defense does mount into a counter push, the damage is not there to compare with what they had suffered. A fast-thinking Lava Hound was played in the middle for Chaos Theory, and surprisingly, this is what they needed to come away with a comeback win.
Bring it down to like 1500-ish, and then go for that real big 3 crown. That's a big option. There's that Tornado with the Fireball removing everything down, and the tower doesn't seem to go down right now, but that's in any kind of spell range, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much within anything that isn't Zapper. Well, now it's Zapper Snowball. Now we're in any spell range. We'll take that down, but it looks like Kicks very much keen on going for the 3 crown here.
Yeah, with that lava in the air, it's not going to help you defend. And Chaos Theory, they got to put everything down. There's that lightning once again, down to 1300. Already there's that miner working on all the way in the back. Ice Wizard, it's okay, but down to 1100 now.
Yeah, now we've got a decent counter push coming here from Chaos Theory, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here, Clef. There is still quite a bit of elixir available here for Kicks to work with to defend this push.
Yeah, exactly. I think Chaos Theory, they are pushing it right now to win or lose. This is their moment. Lava is locked on, but the Inferno is getting zapped every single time by that E-Wiz, blocked by the number all the time.
Oh, but that bottom left-hand corner Princess Tower taking a fair amount of damage from that Dark Prince as well. Now can Kicks get something going on the right-hand side, because they are down in terms of Princess Tower.
Did Kicks spend a little too much for the King Tower? I mean, it's down to 1,000 on the bottom left. The Queen Tower with that lightning, everything deleted, and the Brawler's on it. They got it here. What a big comeback.
Chaos Theory's 2v2 set was all about comebacks, as it seemed like Kicks had the game in the bag for most of the games. While bringing Chaos's tower down to a lightning log range, the match seemed like it was over for Chaos Theory. In a final blaze of glory, Chaos rockets an E-Wiz and the tower while sending in a miner to tank for the remaining units. Kicks is too low on elixir and is unable to respond, giving up the 2v2 set.
Yes.
Any little more extra damage and lightning snowball, or I think we're really close to, I think it is lightning log range.
Kicks, they still have more than 2,000. But is this rocket going to change everything? Is it just going to be in time? Kicks is pretty low on elixirs right now. What's happening? Is it going to be knotted up? And Chaos!
While not an incredible match to see, the match between Line and Rhea was highlighted for a 1 in a million shot by Line. Knowing that the match is going to come to a lowest tower scenario, Lion chooses to begin rocket cycling on his opponent's tower. In a stroke of luck, Rhea plays a Royal Ghost in the exact placement of the rocket line of fire. Lion then goes on to win the match, and Dragon X sweeps Detonation Gaming.
The next one near the bridge will be really hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. He's already just going to go
What?
and cycle, and he gets the Royal
What?
Ghost! Wow!
So those were the Week 1 highlights of CRL Asia. Let me know if there were any that I missed and should have been included. Now, let's look at the current standings. Leading the pack, we have Kicks with a 2-0 win-loss ratio. Following them is Bren, Sandbox, and OGN with 1-0. Then it's Chaos, Detonation, and Dragon X with 1-1. And lastly, Game with Fab and OPGG with 0-1. That's it for Week 1 of CRL in Asia. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and stay tuned for more CRL.